Cooper Kupp is one of the most legendary players in the entire NFL.
Stafford, end zone, Kupp. He's got it for the touchdown.
In the heart, Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp leaping to make the catch. End zone, Cooper Kupp.
He's an Offensive Player of the Year, a Triple Crown winner, a two-time Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, and of course, he had the best season ever by a receiver.
Left side, Cooper Kupp behind the defense. Brings it up by Kupp, going out of bounds. Outrageous.
Everybody knows the ball is coming to him, and somehow, somewhere, he gets it.
And at 32 years old, he's still one of the most impactful players in the league. A fact he proved by winning his second Super Bowl.
They're bringing it home again. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
But the truth is, as accomplished and as great as he's been, Cooper Kupp was never supposed to be here, because although he adored football growing up, everything around him seemed to say that it wasn't in his future.
You start off, everyone's at the same level. I'm able to go out there and compete with my friends, and then all of a sudden my friends start growing, and they're up there slapping the backboard, and I'm trying to touch the ball of the net during basketball practice.
And my dad was like, I know what you want to do. If you want to go do those things, you are going to have to work harder than everybody else that you meet.
Being a late bloomer was probably one of the hardest things I've gone through in my life.
By the time he got to high school, Cooper Kupp stood out on the football team, just not for the reason you'd think.
I weighed in freshman year on the scale, 119 in jeans, covering my ankle weights. I was 115.
The first memory probably is somewhere during summer football camp. Was out here running around, undersized, skinny. Yeah, he didn't have measurables in 9th or 10th grade. He'll be the first to say that.
He didn't look the part, but that didn't stop him from just putting his head down and doing everything he could.
The lesson I learned from that was that I was gonna have to go out and earn everything.
Didn't develop any relationships with new friends, but just worked. I worked really freaking hard. I'm not the coolest kid with my ankle weights on. I'm after school working out, I'm running, I'm setting up cones in the public parks.
Work on the fundamentals, work on your skills, get your skills down as close to perfect as you can, strive for perfection, and then your body's gonna come.
By his senior season, Cooper Kupp had built himself into a really good receiver. He caught 60 passes for 1,059 receiving yards and had 22 total touchdowns. In his small hometown of Yakima, Washington, word spread quickly that this kid was special. But while those close to him saw how good he really was, colleges didn't. By the time he played his last snap in high school, Cooper Kupp didn't have a single offer.
I walked off the field my senior year with no offers. I was kind of distraught. I remember breaking down in tears, crying on the bus ride home.
He did put up great numbers, and you would think that would grab lots of attention, but it was the body and the speed were the concerns.
Cooper and his family did everything possible to get the attention of any coach, any program, anything that could give him a shot.
But we couldn't even get them to call us back. Just couldn't get anything from them, and that was really frustrating.
And I'm walking off the field that last time thinking I might not have a concrete opportunity to play at the next level.
However, Cooper Kupp's prayers were answered when, at the last second, the in-state FCS school, Eastern Washington, offered him a full ride. But the moment he arrived, the doubts followed him there too.
You get to college, and the first thing I hear, the first murmurs I hear, are that I'm never gonna play there.
Never gonna see the field.
Never gonna see the field there. From our coaches.
It didn't matter what anyone else believed though. All Kupp needed was a foot in the door to show that he belonged.
I wasn't going to be the guy that sat back and waited for someone to hand me a job.
He went after it like he was playing that weekend. His mindset was always to be better the next day. And I knew he was, going to have a chance to be really good. But as we watched him through that redshirt year, I thought, nah, it's even better.
In his redshirt freshman season, he exploded. Nearly 1,700 receiving yards and 21 touchdowns.
I set my goals very high that year. That's kind of the attitude I took towards life. I want to set my goals laughably high. If people aren't doubting you, if people aren't saying that's ridiculous, I don't think you're setting your goals high enough.
That year set the precedent, and in every season that followed, he only reaffirmed his dominance. By the end of his college career, Cooper Kupp had accumulated 428 receptions, nearly 6,500 receiving yards, and 73 touchdowns. He left Eastern Washington as a legend and the greatest player in FCS history. But as incredible as his production was, his numbers always came with an asterisk, because when he declared for the 2017 NFL Draft, scouts used the weaker competition in his subdivision against him. They also pointed to his size, his physicality, and his poor 40 time at the combine. Simply put, most NFL teams didn't believe he could make it. But there was one team that, throughout the entire draft process, saw something different in him, and it couldn't have been a more perfect fit.
Cooper, do you want to be a Los Angeles Ram?
Man, nothing to make me happier.
Cooper Kupp, receiver, Eastern Washington.
It's Cooper Kupp, the wide receiver out of Eastern Washington. Who?
And my expectation was simply that I was going to get an opportunity to play in the NFL, and whoever ended up choosing me wasn't going to be disappointed in the player that they got.
With the Rams, Cooper Kupp was joining a first-year head coach in Sean McVay, a football genius who was arguably even more obsessed with the game than he was.
He challenges you and pushes you to grow and understand what's happening, why our defense is doing what they're doing. There's reasons to everything, and he wants to know all that. He wants to understand it, and then he wants to dissect it and destroy it.
When Kupp arrived in LA, he didn't get comfortable for a single second. He took advantage of every opportunity to learn and get better.
And then I got an opportunity to go play in the NFL.
Yeah.
And even then, it wasn't I got drafted and you made it. It was just like another start. Look at this, I got another opportunity. How can I go earn it again every single day?
By the time the 2017 regular season arrived, he was ready to show the entire NFL what he was actually capable of.
Drills one in the hearts. Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp leaping to make the catch. End zone. Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. And a big first down and more. Inside Eagle territory. Good move.
His rookie season made his name well known, but heading into 2018, he was looking to take a massive step forward.
I was just in such a good place. I came into that next year feeling so good, so free to just let it rip.
Instead, 2018 became a season defined by adversity.
First 4 weeks playing great, then go concussion week 5, tear my MCL week 6, miss a couple weeks, come back for a week in New Orleans, and then play Seattle at home and tear my ACL in the same knee.
Even without Kupp, the Rams stayed resilient. They fought their way to the Super Bowl, where they faced Tom Brady and the Patriots. But instead of that game being the culmination of an entire season's worth of chemistry, the Super Bowl became the stage for the Rams' collapse. Their offense struggled tremendously. The final score of 13-3 made it abundantly clear just how large of a void Kupp's absence had left, and all he could do was sit on the sidelines and watch.
I walked off that field with just the clearest vision that this was going to happen again, but that I was going to get the opportunity to be a part of it. I'm going to say this injury has taught me patience. You have to take it step by step through this 9-month mark. It has kind of given me a new perspective and has refreshed how important those things are.
After months of rehabbing, after months of rebuilding himself, he came back for the 2019 season better than ever.
Goff throws, pass caught, Kupp. Room to run, still going. Cooper Kupp. What a touchdown for the Rams.
In his bounce-back year, he had almost 1,200 receiving yards and 10 touchdowns. But then came 2020, a very strange year. The pandemic had disrupted everything. Stadiums were empty, and the Rams just couldn't click. They finished the year 10-6 on the backs of their defense, but the offense never found its footing. So, in the 2021 offseason, the Rams addressed that problem directly.
Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ, and it is monster news. A blockbuster trade in the NFL. Detroit is dealing Matthew Stafford to the LA Rams in exchange for 2 future first-round picks, a third-round pick, and Jared Goff.
The addition of quarterback Matthew Stafford galvanized the Rams offense. And from day one, he and Kupp were on the same page.
I didn't know a whole lot when I first got here. I was getting my breakfast from day one and going into the QB room to try and get ahead, study. Just so happened that that's what Cooper used to do too. You know, I'm talking to the smartest receiver I've ever been around in my entire life.
During training camp, they laid the foundation. But when the regular season kicked off, they fortified it. From week 1, their chemistry was undeniable.
Stafford again is going to air it out deep downfield, wide open.
Week after week, Cooper Kupp solidified himself as one of the best receivers in the entire league. Against the Colts, 163 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Against Brady and the Buccaneers, 100 yards and 2 more. 130 and 2 against the Giants. Then 156 and 2 the very next week against the Lions. Cooper Kupp was simply unstoppable. But as dominant as his regular season was, Kupp knew that the job was far from finished.
First down at the 1, Kupp turning around, off the turf and into the end zone. Touchdown Rams.
In the divisional round against the Buccaneers, Kupp had 183 receiving yards, 1 touchdown, and was a driving force behind the game-winning drive.
Hits it with the right foot. Kick on its way. It is through. It is good. Matt Gay brings it home.
In the NFC Championship against divisional rival San Francisco, a 142-yard, 2-touchdown performance propelled the Rams past the 49ers.
Stafford, end zone, Kupp. He's got it. Touchdown Rams.
That victory sent the Rams to Super Bowl 56 against the Cincinnati Bengals. It was the biggest stage of Kupp's career, and yet despite everything he had done that season, he didn't hesitate for a single second to step back and let his teammates shine.
We anticipated that they were going to just double me, and we said, hey, the game plan is going to be give Cooper a man-to-man route. If he doesn't get one-on-one, hopefully he can win it. If they double it, it's going to be an Odell show.
But adversity struck early. After Odell Beckham Jr. went down with an ACL injury, Cooper Kupp was forced to carry the load.
From the point that Odell goes down to the last drive of the game, our offense did nothing. Couldn't make a play, but the defense kept getting stop after stop after stop after stop, and got us in a place where we could be then in, we got 6 minutes left. The ball gives us an opportunity to go score.
With 6 minutes left, trailing 20-14, the Rams had one last drive, and when it mattered most, Cooper Kupp delivered. He and Stafford methodically dissected the Bengals defense, taking what was given and coming up big when needed.
Kupp, who else? The Triple Crown winner cannot be stopped.
They drove 79 yards down the field, and to no one's surprise, Cooper Kupp caught the dagger.
Pass. Kupp! Got it. Touchdown.
23-20 is the final.
But the Rams were built to win the Super Bowl, and they have sealed the deal.
When it was all said and done, Cooper Kupp finished the regular season with 145 receptions, 1,947 receiving yards, and 16 touchdowns, leading the NFL in all 3 categories and claiming the Triple Crown. He was named to the Pro Bowl, earned first-team All-Pro honors, and was voted Offensive Player of the Year. In the playoffs, he only got better: 33 receptions, 478 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns. That game-winning catch handed him a Lombardi Trophy and earned him Super Bowl MVP, the cherry on top of the greatest receiver season in NFL history. This was the peak of Cooper Kupp, but following up the best receiver season ever is nearly impossible. A season that required everything to go perfectly, and unfortunately, Kupp had used up all his good fortune. In 2022, he was on pace for another Triple Crown season, accumulating 72 receptions, 800 receiving yards, and 6 touchdowns in only 8 games, before a Week 10 sprain ended the season early. The following offseason, he dealt with hamstring issues in training camp and started the season on injured reserve. Midway through the 2023 season, he suffered another ankle sprain. Then the following year, yet another ankle sprain.
Well, bad news for the Rams. Cooper Kupp is doubtful to return with an ankle injury. He has not emerged from the locker room here for the second half.
Cooper Kupp just couldn't stay on the field. And for the Rams, that unreliability made it impossible to justify his contract and count on him. After the 2024 season, the writing was on the wall. Kupp's time in LA was over.
We've got some breaking news out of the NFL where the Rams are releasing former All-Pro wide receiver Cooper Kupp. The former Offensive Player of the Year tallied 67 catches and 710 yards this past season, which was his lowest since 2018.
At 31 years old, Cooper Kupp hit free agency for the first time in his career, and it wasn't easy.
And that was tough. I mean, I was there for 8 years, friendships, the memories, all different stuff. I mean, it's hard because it was good. And to see that come to an end was a hard thing. And, we were in a tough place there for a little bit.
But that feeling of being stuck in limbo didn't last very long, because just days after his departure from the Rams, he went back to where it all started and joined his hometown team.
Breaking news just in today, former Super Bowl MVP and Eastern Washington alum Cooper Kupp has reached a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Seattle Seahawks.
He's staying in division. He will be back in Los Angeles. Sam Darnold throwing to Cooper Kupp. An interesting bet.
It just kind of happened real fast. Like, this was a team that was interested, and they wanted me up here. It just felt like this was where it was supposed to be.
The Seahawks' decision to sign Kupp to a 3-year, $45 million contract came with a lot of mixed reactions. But to him, it sent one clear message. They believed in him, so he got to work.
Like, I still believed in the player that I could be. But I think more importantly, I wanted to be able to impact people's lives. I want to help people's careers. I want to be a multiplier.
Cooper Kupp wasn't brought in to be a number one receiver. He was brought in for his reliability in high pressure moments, his leadership, and his ability to mentor the team's young receivers. And his impact was felt almost immediately, maybe not directly through him, but through his mentee, Jackson Smith-Njigba.
When a Hall of Fame receiver comes to your team, your eyes light up and it's like you're in football heaven. But the hours that he puts in and the dedication, I haven't met anyone like that, and aligned with him in life and on this team, I knew that I was going to get better.
Inside the 15, looks, throws, fires to the end zone. Ball is caught! Touchdown! Seahawks! Dunking it over the bar is Jackson Smith-Njigba.
The Seahawks finished the regular season 14-3 and secured the number 1 seed in the NFC. While Jackson Smith-Njigba was the NFL's best receiver in the regular season, Cooper Kupp stepped up when the postseason arrived. After Seattle dismantled the 49ers 41-6 in the divisional round, the Rams came into Lumen Field for the NFC Championship. Cooper Kupp had to face his former team for a chance to go back to the Super Bowl.
Tom, these two teams know each other well. They played twice in the regular season. Each team won a game, and all that separated them was 1 yard and 1 point. Now the matchup today is this. The Rams have the best offense in the league. Seattle, the best defense in the NFL.
In that thriller between the two best teams in the NFL, Stafford and the Rams offense picked apart the Seahawks defense, scoring touchdown after touchdown and keeping the pressure on Seattle.
Floats one end zone. Adams is in. Touchdown, LA. That is some answer.
But Cooper Kupp was brought in for games like these, and in this game, he was vital. He kept multiple crucial drives alive, making plays when it was needed.
Steps, looks, fires, got a man open, makes the catch. It's Cooper Kupp, spins out of a tackle, and he's got a first down out near midfield.
And of course, as if it was written in the stars, Cooper Kupp caught the game winner against his former team.
Out of the shotgun, here comes the 4-man Rams rush. Sam steps up, goes back inside. Kupp makes the catch. Touchdown! Seahawks! The former Ram Super Bowl MVP. This is a guy who's used to making big plays at the biggest moments. And there's none bigger than tonight.
And just like that, Cooper Kupp found himself back in the Super Bowl, this time against the New England Patriots.
Welcome to the biggest spectacle in American sport. Welcome to Super Bowl 60.
The Patriots had a clear plan to take out Jackson Smith-Njigba, so it fell on Kupp to deliver, and he did the only thing he's ever known how to do. He went to work.
Seattle gets into tempo, jumps the ball, fakes to Shaheed. Darnold downfield for Kupp. Cooper got it as he inbounds. They say yes.
He led the team's receivers with 6 catches for 61 yards and a handful of clutch grabs to keep drives alive.
3rd and 9, Darnold slings it out to the side. It's caught for the first down by Kupp.
Ultimately, the offense did enough for the defense to catch steam and kill any hope the Patriots had of winning.
They got it knocked out as Witherspoon came under pressure, and Uchenna Nwosu is going the distance for a touchdown.
3, 2, 1. The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
Even at 32 years old, Cooper Kupp was instrumental in the Seahawks championship. And that Super Bowl win reminded everyone of something they seem to forget far too easily. Cooper Kupp is special. He's always been special, even back when no one was paying attention. In high school, he wasn't the most athletic, he wasn't the biggest, but his work ethic was leagues above everyone else. In college, he came in without a single offer and left as the greatest FCS player of all time. At the NFL draft, scouts clocked his 40 time and wrote him off, completely overlooking his route running, his footwork, his change of direction, his explosiveness, and above all, they overlooked his intangibles. Those qualities are exactly what drove a breakout rookie season, and eventually, the greatest receiver season in NFL history. And when he was at the very top, he never shied away from the pressure. He thrived in it. And even as his physical tools faded, his intangibles only grew. He became a mentor, a leader, and he still showed up when it mattered most. Cooper Kupp's story isn't a Cinderella story. It's anything but. Because luck didn't make him an Offensive Player of the Year, a Triple Crown receiver, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, a Super Bowl MVP, a leader of men, a community hero, or a legend. Hard work did. And he proved to an entire generation that you don't have to be the biggest or the fastest. You just have to be willing to outwork everyone around you and do everything possible to chase your dream. Because the one thing no one will ever be able to quantify, the one thing no scout, no combine, no metric can measure, is heart.